Hello, everyone. This is Tina from Tina's Workshop. And today is, oh, I totally forgot. I didn't even pull up my notes. I didn't even make notes. Today is the 5th of September. It's 64 degrees. And we have been having some pretty hot weather, somewhere between high 80s to 100. So warm, but I mean, there's warmer places out there. Let's see. There we go. I haven't written my notes, but I have pattern authors' names on my old list, so I can pull that out. I got thinking that from time to time you get little snippets of me and my family, but I don't think I've ever really actually sat and said I am happily married for 26 years come this September. And my husband is Billy Bob. Yes, that is his true birth certificate name is Billy Bob. And we have two beautiful boys, both in their 20s, early 20s, 21 and 23. And my older son, that's 23, he is 6'3", and he's the one that you've seen from time to time in my videos. He is my social butterfly, has no problems with being the center of attention. My younger son, who's 21, is 6'5", and he is my introvert, hence why I am not allowed to show him or say his name or anything on here. But without him, I could not actually do this channel. And when you get to the end of my video, the little outro, the music for that, he wrote that music specifically for me and my channel. So both amazing, handsome, beautiful boys, and I'm very proud of both of them. I just wish I could share more of them both with you. And then we live currently in Northern California. I grew up in San Diego, but I've lived in Northern California now for about 28 years. And we have two dogs. And one is I inherited from my mom when she passed away. And then we have a cat. We never planned to have a cat. The cat found us, and she's wrapped around our little fingers. And then the two kittens I've been showing you lately belong to my older son and his girlfriend. And as many of you know from past videos, we are going to be moving. It'll be my first time living outside of California. So we have bought a house in Louisiana, and we're going to be moving there. My husband was actually born in Louisiana, and he's lived in a number of different states before settling in California. But I hear a cat carrying a bell, a little kitten. Hi, little one. So that's just a little bit about me. Little tidbit here and there, right? Enjoying my tea. I am mostly a tea drinker, occasionally coffee, but mostly a tea drinker. And I think this one was, my aunt just sent me this one. It was a lavender something stress, and it's really yummy. I do, as some of you have found out, I like to collect coffee sleeves. I like to try new coffee shops, and then people that go to ones will send them to me too. And people are always like, oh, I don't drink coffee though. 99.9% of your coffee shops carry at least one kind of tea, but usually multiple kinds of tea, including Starbucks. Yes, that dastardly Starbucks. But I mean, they all carry tea. So a lot of times my go-to when I go into a new place will be a chai. But there's one place down here, and it's called a fall latte, and it is so yummy. It is apple cider, and they have a round of an orange slice in it and a cinnamon stick in it, and it has this like little burst of orange it's so good. So good. So anyway, a little bit about me. It was a great video to do that little bit about me because I hardly have anything to show you. I mentioned, let's see, I want to move. Which way will I move? I'll move this way because I want to have space here for a little video clip to put alongside me. So I told you about, or showed you, my work in progress of the little kitten that I was doing. It's actually called, there it is, The Kitten by Maria Nikolina. And she does have a YouTube channel, so I will link her, but her stuff is all in Russian. So I have fun watching her little shorts and stuff, but I can't understand anything that's being said. But she sells patterns on Etsy and she sells them in English. And I had shown you the little chickens I had done a while back, and then I've been working on the kitten, and I finished the kitten. And let's see, her brother is right here. Hi, Ranch. Oh, wait, there she is. Let's see if I can grab her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. It worked. I got her. And I finished the little mini her. How cute. It's a little mini. It's a mini honey mustard. Oh, she's like, nope, I want down. Okay, I'm sorry. Go play. So I have a little video of her when she first saw it. And it was super cute. And she was just like, oh, what is this? Is that you? Is that you, honey? Yeah. And her mama is, so her mama is in college. She just started in Los Angeles and she's going into her apartment this coming week. So she is probably going to be going with her mom to Los Angeles, but I made this for her mama. And I think it came out really cute. It looks like the pictures in the pattern, but I feel like mine doesn't look quite right. And what's funny is my husband and my son had the same idea. And when they said it, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. What does it look like to you? Put a comment below before I say what it is, what you think it looks like. Does it look like a kitten or some other kind of animal? My husband and my son both said it looks like a mouse. I said, oh my gosh, you're right. It does kind of look like a mouse. It looks like a little big mouse, but it's still so cute. And she holds it a lot of times. She'll hold it with her thumb kind of in it like this, like it's kind of curling around or something. But yeah, I don't know. It's still really stinking cute, but, and it took me a while. It took me, let's see, which I was also recovering. I was on an antibiotic that made me super sleepy. So I had trouble staying awake, but I started it on the 26th and I finished it yesterday, which I haven't filled out my next month on here. So I finished it on the 4th and I started it on the 26th. So it took me 10 days to finish it. And I thought it was going to go faster than that. But again, part of it I think was I've been so sleepy. And then when I'm awake, I've had things to do. And I didn't want to do it if I wasn't able to fully concentrate on it because there were short rows and things like that. And I didn't want to lose my spot. And of course, it's tiny and fiddly. But I did finally get it done. And it's all done in the natural wools. My little tote I showed you of all my natural stuff if I do these types of things. So this was the main yarn, which is Glazed Donut by Emma's Yarn. And then for the white, I had this unknown wool that somebody gave me at one point. And the little bit of black was this beaches and bushes. I don't know. Le Petit lamb's wool, 100% lamb's wool. So that was the eyes. And then for the mouth, I actually completely wound up this little ball just so I could have a little tiny piece to do the mouth. And that one was, where'd it go? Is that one it? No. Where did I go? No. Okay, now it's in here because I did the same thing and put the little string on it. I just started doing that recently and I'm like, oh, why didn't I do that before? Because then if I find the label or I'm using multiples, there it is, then I can figure out which one's which. So this one is Olan, Mini Light, Merino Nylon, Fingering Weight, and oh, there's the colorway. Christmas. The colorway is called Christmas. So that was, again, this one right here. So the colorway for this one is called Christmas. I would not have guessed that. So those are the yarns I use. Oh yeah, I didn't say what I actually used that. I just needed a little piece. That was for the nose. Itty little nose. So the little nose was Christmas and the eyes. And then, so most of it was that Emma's yarn. And then I found a little, I wanted a pink ribbon, but I got into my stash of ribbons and because she likes pink, my son and her both love pink, but I didn't have any pink. So I had the purple, so I put purple on it. So it's got a little purple bow. I did have some issues with like open holes back here that I stitched closed. I don't know why that kind of gapped there, but it did. It was, the stitches were just really pulled apart right in that spot. I did use those flexi flips. Oh yeah, game changer. Because you guys all know I am not a fan of double point needles. I do the octopus thing because I don't like the double point needles, but I bought the flexi flips. So much better. Oh my gosh. That was really nice. And you work with one less needle too. So you have one less needle in your way, plus where they have the bend in the center, you can kind of fold them away and they're not right there in your way. So I do recommend them. I'm glad I bought them, and there's a good chance I will buy more in the future in other sizes if I'm doing something that I really need a double pointed needle for. Otherwise, I stick to the circulars. So that is my only finished object for this week and almost my only project at all. And I'm actually recording this early on Friday. I think I'm going to start uploading on, I don't know if you can hear it, but the kittens are having a blast. I think I'm going to start uploading on Saturdays again and see if that helps with the algorithm. And I just heard a dog bark outside, which means my sister-in-law had let them out, but they haven't come back in, so hold on. So that was the only thing I completely finished this week, and just about the only thing I actually worked on. I did a tiny bit of work. Those kittens are just having a blast right now. Tiny bit of work on the Octave Shawl by Dee O'Keefe. And not much. I worked on it a little bit at my guild meeting and sitting in a waiting room, but not very much at all. I think I need to put it in a bigger bag though, because I'm bending these so much. It's annoying me every time I open them. But you can see where I was last week. So I haven't done very much on that, but I will have more time to work on that. The Florence hat, I only did a couple rows on it, so I didn't even pull it out. And the Blair Anthol blanket, I think I did 2 rows on it, so I didn't pull it out. So I've done very little on anything else. So I will hopefully get the chance this next week to work more on other things and not start something new. I know better. So not start something new till I get some of these done. But I can't say that that's fully the reason things aren't getting done. So when my husband works on the spindles, actually even the looms, anything he works on, when it comes to the final fine tuning of things, he always brings them into me. So like the looms, he brings them into me. I do an extra little feel and sand because, hello, men have very calloused hands and they don't realize if there's still roughness on it. So I'll go through, and if there's something really rough, I'll sand it down and then I oil it. When he brings in the spindles, so he starts with the whorls, and there are a bunch. I have a bunch down here that he's currently working on. These two I think are really cool. And this one here is actually from poplar, and poplar is a very light wood, and sometimes I'll have this little bit of yellow, and then this piece went to this dark color, and this almost looks like a walnut or a lignum vitae, but it's actually from the poplar. So anyway, he starts with this and he'll make a number of them. Then he'll go and he'll put them onto the shaft and he'll work the shaft. So then they come into me and pretty much like this. So these ones are mostly almost at the point where he brings them into me. I've done a couple steps. So I do the little holes in the top and I do the little notches here in the side. So I do those. And then again, I go through, if there's something that needs sanded down, I'll sand it down. I usually go around the tops of each one of these here and down here on the bottoms. I'll sand them so that there's no like sharp edges or anything. You can kind of see on this little one here, the little like edge to it that needs smoothed out. So I'll do that, and then I will rebuff those areas that I've sanded. Then I will oil them and put the hooks in them. I'll either oil them, then do the hooks, or do the hooks and then oil them. And I have a couple different styles and colors of hooks that I do. It just depends on when I look at the spindle, which one I think it needs. So from that point, we get to this point. So these ones are all oiled and they've got their hooks and everything. And all smoothed out here and smoothed out at the bottoms. So those ones are now ready to all be weighed and measured and have their tags written with what kind of wood it is, what size the whorl is, what size the shaft is, and how much it weighs. So once I do that, then I make, almost dropped a drop spindle. Then I make the tags for them. So then the tags will say, have all that information on it. Come on. Once all that is done, there's some more that's, look at the different colors in that poplar. Once all that's done, then they're finally ready to go into our supply that will be going to Lambtown. So we're trying to get ready. Lambtown is a month away and we're trying to get ready for Lambtown. And I told you that I had told him when he was done with those last couple looms that he needed to work on spindles. So he has been working on spindles. So these ones are fully ready. There's 5 here. Then these I was working on last night. That's another 5 that needs their labels. And then these ones need to be finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 6 here that I need to get to the point to where I can do the labels and then do the labels. And then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 down here that are the whorls that he's got to finish, and then they'll come into me and I've got to do all that. And that takes a little bit of time working on those. So that has taken away a bit from the time I get to spend working on my fiber arts. So that is what I've been up to this week. So my finished objects, in a sense, are the ones of these that I have finished, but he has made them. And my works in progress is the stuff that I still need to complete that he has made. So it's like he made it, but there's still quite a bit of work that I put into it, and that takes time. So hopefully I will get to sit and work on some of my fiber arts this next week. Or I might be just sitting here doing lots of sanding. I don't know. But so that kind of brings you right around to husband stuff, what he's been working on. And as far as acquisitions go, I got nothing to show you. No acquisitions, which is, it's good because I need to use from stash. Oh, and I did contact Into the World about that one that I showed you last week that came in, and they said that one was supposed to come in. That was the last one I had paid for. So I did not accidentally get a free one, and I did contact them to make sure. And I think Paradise Fibers is coming soon because I think my thing just came out for that. So maybe next week I'll have the Paradise Fibers, and I do have the affiliate link and coupon code down below. But otherwise, I think that's about it. I don't really have anything else in life stuff, just, working on things for Lambtown. I am finally starting to feel better. Took my last antibiotic yesterday, so hopefully I'm not super sleepy. Woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, couldn't go back to sleep, so there you go. So we'll see. Keep myself up and going, though I also have lots of paperwork I got to do in prep for Lambtown, because you've got to have all these different just lost the word, the certificate thingy that for seller's permit. You got to have the temporary seller's permit, but you can't do that until X amount of time before. So I've got to make sure the seller's permit's done. I have to have a temporary insurance, and I can't remember if I already did that or if I still have to do that. So I got to look up that stuff. So I've got to get all that kind of stuff ready for that too. And then I'm on the program committee for our guild. And this coming month, we'll have Brittany Stanton, who has 2 YouTube channels on basket making. And she is going to be at our guild making, doing a workshop on the baskets and then doing a program the next day. And I'm going to take the class, but I am also the one in charge of this one. So I need to do a whole bunch of fine tuning for that. So yeah, I don't have a 9-to-5 job, but I'm so busy. And I'm sure a lot of you out there totally understand that, especially if you're moms, because a mom is a 24-hour job, even when they're adults. It never ends. So now I've rattled off so much so fast. Needed a drink. So I hope you guys all have an amazing weekend, an amazing week, and we'll see you all again soon.